The night the spirits spoke, a woman made a promise that would break her heart forever. The people of Ile-Ife were living in fear. Every few weeks, the same nightmare returned. Strange warriors would appear from the forest just before nightfall. Their bodies were covered in dry grass that made them look like walking spirits. Fire burned in their eyes as they rushed into the town. People ran in every direction. Homes were looted. Food was stolen. Sometimes people were taken away and never seen again. The warriors did not speak. They did not laugh. They moved like ghosts. Soon the people began to whisper the same terrifying words. They are not human. They are spirits. Even the bravest hunters in the land refused to fight them. How do you fight something that might not even be alive? The king of Ife gathered his chiefs again and again, but no one had an answer. Fear slowly began to swallow the kingdom. But there was one woman who refused to accept that fear. Her name was Moremi Ajasoro. Moremi was known across the kingdom for her wisdom and her courage. She loved her people deeply. Every time the strange warriors attacked, she watched mothers cry and children hide behind their fathers. One night, as the moon hung low in the sky, Moremi walked alone to the sacred river. The water moved slowly under the moonlight. The forest around it was silent. She knelt beside the river and closed her eyes. "Spirit of the river," she whispered. "My people are suffering. Show me how to save them." For a long time, nothing happened. Then the wind began to move across the water. The surface of the river rippled, as if something deep below had awakened. Moremi felt a strange calm settle in her heart. And in that quiet moment, she made a decision that would change everything. "If I must risk my life to save my people," she said softly, "I will do it." The next attack came sooner than expected. Just before sunset, the grass-covered warriors stormed into Ife again. People screamed and ran. But this time, something unexpected happened. Moremi did not run. She stood in the open street. The warriors surrounded her quickly. One of them grabbed her arms. She did not fight back. She allowed herself to be taken. The people of Ife watched in shock as the strange warriors carried her away into the forest. Many believed they would never see her again. Days passed. Moremi was taken deep into the enemy's land. The warriors brought her to their camp hidden far inside the forest. At first, she kept her eyes down and said nothing. She watched carefully. She noticed something strange. When the warriors removed their grass coverings at night, they looked like ordinary men. They laughed. They talked. They ate food just like everyone else. Moremi realized something important. They were not spirits. They were men pretending to be spirits. The dry grass they wore was meant to frighten their enemies. It worked perfectly because the people of Ife believed they were supernatural. Moremi stayed patient. She listened to their conversations and learned their secrets. Then she discovered the most important secret of all. The grass they wore could burn very easily. Fire would destroy them. When she was finally released and allowed to return home, Moremi walked back to Ife with urgent news. The people gathered around her as she spoke. "They are not spirits," she told them. "They are men. And fire will defeat them." Hope returned to the kingdom. The king ordered the warriors of Ife to prepare for the next attack. This time they waited with torches and burning arrows. When the strange warriors came again, they charged into the town just like before. But this time the people did not run. Flaming arrows flew through the night sky. Fire touched the dry grass covering the attackers. Within moments the grass costumes burst into flames. The warriors screamed as their disguise burned away. Panic spread among them. The people of Ife finally saw the truth. The spirits were only men. The invaders fled back into the forest, defeated and terrified. For the first time in many years, the kingdom was safe. The people celebrated Moremi as a hero. Songs were sung about her bravery. But deep inside her heart, Moremi was not celebrating. Because she remembered the promise she had made at the river. When she had prayed for help, the spirit of the river had asked for something in return. A sacrifice. The life of the most precious thing she had. Her only son. The day the spirits came to claim their promise was the hardest day of her life. Her son looked at her with innocent eyes. Moremi held him tightly as tears ran down her face. She had saved her entire kingdom. But the price was her own child. When the sacrifice was complete, The people of Ife wept with her. They finally understood how much she had given for them. From that day forward, the name Moremi Ajasoro became a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and love for one's people. And even today in Ile-Ife, her story is still told. Not just as the story of a woman who defeated an enemy, but as the story of a mother who gave up everything so her people could live.